Welcome to this technical lecture on the Bay Control Unit or BCU used in modern electrical substations. In today's session, we will understand what a BCU is, how it works, what types of inputs it receives, how it communicates with the SCADA system, and how it provides additional digital interlocking safety in a substation automation system. So, let us begin. The full form of BCU is Bay Control Unit. Actually, you may say that it is the digital version of the complete control and relay panel of a bay. Sometimes, a BCU is also used as an auxiliary BCU which performs the auxiliary control, indication, and annunciation functions of the substation. Now, the basic concept of a BCU is very simple. It has a central processing unit or CPU. It is a single modern unit that contains a CPU along with a number of input terminals and output terminals associated with it. Actually, a conventional control panel receives different signals from a bay of the substation. It receives current signals from the secondary of the current transformers associated with the bay, and it receives secondary voltage signals from the potential transformers associated with that bay, or sometimes from the common voltage transformer of the system. So, the BCU has dedicated input terminals that directly receive current inputs and voltage inputs from the current transformers and voltage transformers respectively. Next, the BCU also receives analog inputs through transducers for different analog quantities like temperature, tap position, and similar parameters. Further, for monitoring the status of different auxiliary contacts of circuit breakers and isolators, the BCU uses binary input terminals with potential free contacts of the equipment. In this case, the BCU sends its own DC voltage, for example, 5 volts or 24 volts, and that voltage returns to the BCU through the contacts. If the contact is closed, the voltage returns and the status becomes 1. If the potential free contact is open, no voltage returns to the sending end and the status becomes 0. So basically, we are having 3 types of inputs in a BCU. First, direct electrical inputs for CT and PT signals. Second, analog inputs such as 4 to 20 mA inputs or 0 to 10 volt inputs from transducers for parameters like temperature and tap position. And third, binary inputs through the potential free contacts of different equipment. Not only that, the BCU can also receive inputs from SCADA through its communication ports. So, if any command is initiated from the human-machine interface or HMI of the substation, the command comes to the BCU through the station bus and Ethernet switch. The central processing unit of the BCU processes that command and sends instructions to the intelligent electronic device or IED of the associated equipment like a circuit breaker or transformer. The status of that circuit breaker or transformer is then received again by the BCU through its binary inputs. Through the central processing unit of the BCU, that status is converted into a communication-compatible signal and sent back to the SCADA monitor through the same station bus network. In this way, the position of the circuit breaker or isolator can be seen on the HMI screen of the SCADA system in real time. Now, although all the equipment associated with a bay already have their physical, mechanical, and electrical interlockings, still the BCU can provide programmed operation with interlocking logic. So, whenever a command is received either from SCADA or directly from the BCU itself through its input module, the central processing unit verifies all the interlocking logic conditions. If everything is okay, then only it sends the instruction signal to the IED, that is, the intelligent electronic device of the associated circuit breaker or isolator for operation. So, in this way, the BCU provides double safety to the system. That means, it provides additional digital interlocking safety along with the existing physical interlocking system. I hope this lecture helped you understand the architecture and working principle of a bay control unit in a modern substation automation system. Thank you for watching this technical session. If you found this video useful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more technical content on electrical substations, protection systems, and SCADA automation. Thank you once again and see you in the next lecture.